Welcome back. Sports reporter Matt Stern sat down with Northland Prep Athletic Director Mike Elder. Let's take a look.
All right, thanks, Sam. Joining me in the studio today is NPA Athletic Director Mike Elder. Mike, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, I just want to get started off. Now, we're in the spring season. I understand it's one of the most busiest seasons of the year. So I just want to talk about, the state of your athletic program in the spring.
Well, right now we've got boys and girls tennis. They're on fire. We've got baseball that's moving up in the state rankings. We've got softball. We've got track and field. Huge roster on that track and field team, along with golf.
Okay, now you talk about all these sports, and I just want to talk about how important is it being a student athlete at NPA? Well,
I hope everybody knows that Northland Preparatory Academy is a college charter school where academics comes first. You've got to be a student and then an athlete. And we look at athletics as a holistic approach to the educational field. You're exercising the mind in the classroom and the body on the field. So it all kind of goes together very well. We are in our 20th year of operation at Northland Prep. We had a graduating class 20 years ago of 7 students, and now we're going to be graduating 72 this year at Audrey Auditorium.
Oh, that is spectacular numbers there for such a small school as yourselves. And now, speaking of you guys being a smaller school, do you guys ever, try to compare yourselves to some of the larger schools in the city like Flagstaff and Coconino, and as far as, competing them with academically and athletically as well?
Well, they're hard to ignore, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Our boys and girls tennis team competed against Flagstaff High School this past Saturday at Thorpe Park, and I'm a little proud to say that we came away victors. We would like to schedule Coconino and Flagstaff more and more, but they're 3 times the size of us, and since we're in a smaller division, it's all about the rankings. So when we beat them, that doesn't look good, but when they beat us, it doesn't really help them move up in the rankings. So it's hard to schedule them in a lot of sports. We would like to have them on our basketball and our baseball schedules, but it's just difficult given the fact that they have nothing to gain by beating us and everything to lose when they lose against us. So I understand that from a scheduling aspect.
Now, you did mention your tennis team a minute ago.
On fire, I think is what I said. Our boys are 7-0. They're ranked number 2 in the state. Noah Linskey, our number 1 at singles, number 1 doubles, is undefeated. So he's a senior, and this is the way to finish up your senior year, I think.
Now, what do you think about? Do you think they have a good chance of doing something in the playoffs?
Well, there's the team championship that they have, and there's also the individual. Mm-hmm. So we look to go very deep in the brackets in both of those postseason tournaments.
All right, and I just want to end up with one last question now. As far as being for students on campus, what's the most popular sport?
What's the most popular sport? In basketball, boys, we've got both freshmen, JV, and a varsity teams that we compete. The largest of any roster would be cross country in the fall and track and field going on right now. As you know, the Flagstaff's a mecca when it comes to running.
Of course, that's due to the elevation. And now, who comes out to watch? What students do they come out to watch the most, or what sport?
Basketball is very popular, and so is volleyball, girls volleyball in the fall, very popular.
All right, Mike Elder, once again, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Matt Stern. Sam, back to you.
Thanks to Mike and Matt for that interview, and best of luck. Matthew Hune, you've got our weekend sports schedule. How is it looking?
Yeah, Sam, this weekend looks packed, and I'll tell you more after this break. Stay with us.